But behind closed doors, I'm a fool for your love.
What's up, YouTube? Alright, here we are in the Arctic ZL 600 2002. We are going to attempt to remove the seat. So, the only bolts that I can see down here are here and here. And those are the bolts that show up in the exploded diagram on the internet. So I'm going to remove those bolts and try to pull the seat off. Alright, so it looks like they were backed by nuts on the inside of the little trunk storage compartment on either side. Those look to be the ones to pull this off with. So now I gotta get a socket to put on there. Okay, so we removed the two bolts in the back and released the back of the seat. And then up front there are 4 Phillips head screws for this cover that we're going to remove. Alright, so we pulled the 2 bolts out of the back, lifted the seat. See the 2 studs right there. Put some light on the situation. You can see the 2 studs right there that stick out. So then come up here to the front and remove the 4 bolts or screws. So we remove the 4 screws. One was screwed into here on the tank, one was screwed into here on the tank, that one was stripped out. And then we had 2 that were screwed in up here. So then this overflow was broken, so we're gonna have to replace that. We unscrewed the fuel filter, or the fuel pump. With one hand pull the tank back, with the other hand pull the fuel pump out. And then I'm gonna flip this over or put it somewhere where I can get to the bottom side, because from the diagram it shows there are some screws that hold the seat foam to this base. Update. So it's a little more extensive than I thought. I pulled the foam out, but that's just kind of see what I was working with. You do have to pull the whole tank and everything. It's all one piece. I had to pull the fuel pump out. But I had to pull the whole thing back at the same time I did that. There's a flat connector underneath for the brake light. It's probably right about here underneath. You have to pull it aside and unplug it. And as you're pulling the whole assembly back, you have to pull the fuel pump out and then pull the fuel filters out, which are still full of fuel and they're slowly draining out. Assuming it'll be all over my floor by tomorrow. So I got to drain the gas out of here and then take this whole thing inside, because if I'm going to reupholster this seat, it wraps around the bottom of this whole thing right here and staples onto the bottom, which I don't know if you can see that or not, but I'll get a better image when I get inside. It looks like this little piece right here is held on by 4 screws that are screwed in from the underside, which the front half of this seat cover staples 2 down in here. So you have to pull this off, staple the front of it down, screw it back in, and then insert your foam from behind and then stretch your seat cover over it. So when we get inside, after I get this cleaned up and cleaned out, I'll show the material that we're going to be using for the seat cover. And I know you can hear the little monster out here. Yep, just about to turn 4 months old. Learning as we go. So, alright, by the magic of video, we will switch to our next part now. Alright, and there you have it. My GoPro died in the process of doing the upholstery part. So I forgot to turn it off when I was trying to fight the seat off of there, so I missed all the in-between stuff. I know the greens don't really match, but I don't care. I like it. It's better than what was on there before. So we're getting there. Progress. I even put a little flapper door for the trunk. We'll see how that goes. I'm curious to see if the light and fluffy snow sticks to the fur in the winter. We'll see. If we have to change it, we have to change it, but we won't know if we don't try. Alright, until next time.